Hello and welcome to your Daily Five. I am Jane Gallina, also known as Airplane Jane, and you can reach me out there on social media on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, my website, cjanetrade.com, also Telegram, and jane@cjanetrade is my email. If you ever want to reach out, you have questions, you want to enlighten me on something else that you see, please feel free to reach out to me. I am an open book to speaking with everyone about trading that's passionate. So first off, this week is huge, starting off with earnings, and we have the banks that are reporting. So it's time to keep a watch on the banks. What's going on with the money? The big money flow really runs the market. So this will tell us more of what we will see in the earnings season, what will happen with the big picture of the Russell 2000 as well. And first one we're going to be looking at is going to be Bank of America. That's 7.57% of the XLF ETF. We also have Wells Fargo at 4.56, Citigroup 3.56, and Morgan Stanley at 3.32. So total, we are looking at 19% of the XLF ETF reporting Thursday, October 14th. So these are definitely on watch. We're going to start off in order with Bank of America, the largest weighting. Right now, when we look at Bank of America, we do have some dark pool activity. Now, if you want to learn more about the dark pool, I'll show you at the end, but you can join us at thedarkpools.com. And right now, I'm looking at roughly 44.60 and 43.64. So we'll put that right over here. So right now, those are the areas with earnings. If we close up above here, great. I think we are going to potentially see new highs in the market, new highs for the bank stocks. However, if we are staying below those levels, it could get ugly, right? When we look at this chart, we see that this darker blue line is the 40 EMA down here at 41.94. We could be dropping down there, and we could be dropping down to this shelf level here of buying volume at 41.46. So let's look at it on a weekly chart as well. I love to look at multiple time frames to get a bigger picture. Looks like here I did adjust it to a 30 EMA, so we might be coming down to 39.63 on that weekly viewpoint, which is going to be $3 or 8% that we might see a bit of a correction here if we start to see that these reportings on banks are turning negative. As well as our weekly right here, looking at that 30 EMA as well, down to 32.50. That would be $10, right? Roughly 25% that we might see over time. Looking back at 2020, look at how quickly everything dropped. Could that happen again if there's negative earnings, if the debt ceiling is not resolved? You bet. So a lot of eyes are looking at banks, looking at the debt ceiling as to what could happen. And these could be the catalysts that really move the market. Next up, we have Wells Fargo. So our dark pool areas that we're watching are going to be 46.50 right here and 48.30 all the way up here. Coincidence that was at the top of that run? There's no coincidences in the market. And that big money really does run the market. So right now we are below these levels. However, earnings is a whole other boat. They can gap up tomorrow. They could run up above 48.30. And again, I would be completely bullish. As long as we are below, it looks like there might be some profit taking going on. And right now we are below a lot of those averages. We're below the 50 moving average, the 8, the 4, and the 30 EMA. Only one I don't have on here would be the 200, which would be interesting to see where that falls on the daily. On our weekly chart, we still have a potential to move back down to that 30 right here. And you can see there's a big shelf of volume right here. This volume histogram is on the right. And then we have a gap down, looks as if this would be about 42.40. So targets to the downside for me would be 44, 42, and $40 on a weekly viewpoint. Looking at it on that monthly, we have a bit of congestion going on up here, and we seem to have slowed down, right? We have a gravestone doji right here. So if we go below that $44 mark, watch out. That could be bigger selling down below. We also have a nice doji that set up last week, and that's going to be big to watch for Wells Fargo. On to Citigroup. So Citigroup are areas that we are going to be watching. 70.55, so right here, and 72.80. Again, up here at the top, coincidence? I don't think so. So as we are below those, I'm looking at it and saying, okay, right now it looks like this is selling. Will that hold true through earnings tomorrow? There could be a bigger drop to come. Hey, maybe people are putting more money into crypto. They're spending more money. There's less money in the banks for the banks to lend out with their zero reserve requirements that went into effect March of 2020. So now these could start a mini correction that we could see happen to roll through earnings season. On our weekly chart with Citigroup, looking for that 67 mark right there as a support area, as a support area to touch upon. If it goes down further, looking at that bigger picture, looking at 62 and 61.50 area. We do have a big gap right here that could very well be filled. And you can see, again, we seem to have had a big run up, sell off, and now it's slowed down. So looking to see if we're going to break that 67 mark. With Morgan Stanley, we are below all of those moving averages again. And the areas that I'm looking at for dark pool are going to be 104.50 up here and 99.10. So again, we are below all of these levels. Looking at that, I've got to say dark pool was potentially trimming. If we go above it, great. They are rocking it to the upside. We are going to see those new highs, but we have to be realistic. There are those big pictures of the debt ceiling, the inflation that's happening, but they're not reporting, the ships that are backlogged at the ports. All of this can really affect the money flow of the world, the money going into the banks, and the money that's being spent. So definitely keeping a watch on all those, putting it all together and the weekly chart, looking to see if we can hold $92 and then on down to $82.80. And on our monthly, you can see we've had a very steep incline. If we drop below 97, watch out for 91 right here. We do have a nice little drop that we could fill, and then on down further, maybe even down to 67. And can you believe it? All the way down to 53.70. I'm not saying that would happen in one day, but you can see the downward turns. 3 months here. This was a good year. This happened in 2 months. That was extreme. So keep your eye out. Know these levels as potential profit-taking places. When we look at the Russell, right? The Russell is 2,000 stocks. The IWM is the ETF for the Russell Equity Traded Fund. And we see that financials do make up 22%. So if we see that the financials move up and they take us up above 232.50, great. We are hitting all-time highs for this market. However, if we take it down below 214, you can see since February, we have really gone sideways. This is not an easy market to trade for the Russell if you're trading it, because it's going nowhere really quickly. So definitely keeping a watch on that. And you can see that that massive rise really happened on the monthly chart. And we just sort of had a shelf up here. So where are we going from here? The banks are going to help to paint the picture as to what we're going to see in the market in the next couple of months. Are we going to have that Santa Claus rally into the end of the year? Or is this going to be a correction like we saw back in 2018, where we had November and December sell-off? If you guys want to learn more about those dark pools that I've been talking about, please feel free to come and join us at the training pit at thedarkpools.com. And that is your Daily 5 with Jane Gallina. Thank you so much for watching. Carpe Profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.